Hi, and welcome again. Today we're going to look at unit rates. So, first question, what are unit rates? Unit rates are a way of using information to show the number for one only. So, for example, we pay 100 baht for 5 chocolate bars. How much is one chocolate bar? So, how do we find the answer? The cost of 5 chocolate bars is 100 baht. The cost of one chocolate bar is 100 divided by 5. So the cost of one chocolate bar is 20 baht. That is the unit rate. Your teacher can write 300 words in 30 minutes. How much can she write in 1 minute? How do we find the answer? In 30 minutes, she can write 300 words. We know that. So in 1 minute, she can write 300 divided by 30. So in 1 minute, she can write 10 words. Next one. There are 100 candies in 10 packets. How many candies in one packet? How do we find the answer? In 10 packets, there are 100 candies. So in one packet, there are 100 divided by 10. So in one packet, there are 10 candies. Next one. Your friend can eat 4 bowls of rice in 20 minutes. How long for one bowl? How do we find the answer? Your friend can eat 4 bowls in 20 minutes. So he can eat one bowl in 20 divided by 4. So he can eat one bowl in 5 minutes. Now, a tip here. Let's look at the first line in these examples. So example 1, the cost of 5 chocolate bars is 100 baht. Example 2, in 30 minutes she can write 300 words. Example 3, in 10 packets there are 100 candies. And example 4, your friend can eat 4 bowls in 20 minutes. Notice how all these examples have the small figure first and the big figure second. So in the first example, the question said, we pay 100 baht, big figure, for 5 chocolate bars, small figure. But when we wrote the first line of our examples, we put the small figure first. The cost of 5 small figure chocolate bars is 100 baht, big figure. It's easier to remember how to do it if you always do it the same like this. And the next step will always also be the same. You divide the big figure by the small figure. So there are two situations where you don't need unit rates. The first one is if the question already tells you the value of 1. So for example, Nonananu bought 1 kilo of beans for 8 baht. How much is 10 kilos? In this situation, you just multiply 8 times 10 equals 80 baht because you already know the price for 1 kilo. The second one is if the number in the question can be easily divided into the number you need for the answer. So for example, Nonananu bought 2 kilos of beans for 10 baht. How much is 4 kilos? So 4 is 2 times 2. So in this situation, you just also multiply 10 times 2 equals 20 baht. So how do we use unit rates in our life? We use it as the start of the next calculation, sometimes even to find what will happen in the future. So for example, we know the unit rate is 20. One chocolate bar costs 20 baht. Now, if we want to know how many a different number will cost, it's easy. If we want to know how much 10 will cost, it's 20 times 10. we want to know how much 37 will cost, it's 20 times 37. It works for any number you choose. We can also use it the other way around. Instead of asking how much will 10 cost, we can ask how much can I buy for 200 baht? And the answer will be 200 divided by the unit rate. So the unit rate is 20 in this case, so 200 divided by 20 equals 10, so you can buy 10. In example 2, we know that in 1 minute she can write 10 words. We can find out how many minutes it will take her to write 50 words. So 50 divided by 10 equals 5, and the answer is 5. Or we can find out how many words she can write in 60 minutes. 60 times 10, the answer is 600. In example 3, we know that in one packet there are 10 candies. We can find out how many packets we need to get 60 candies. 60 divided by 10 equals 6, so the answer is 6 packets. Or we can also find out how many candies are in 3 packets. So 3 times 10, answer is 30 candies. In example 4, we know that he can eat 1 bowl of rice in 5 minutes. We can find out how many bowls he can eat in 10 minutes. So 10 divided by 5 equals 2, so he can eat 2 bowls. We can also find out how many minutes it will take him to eat 10 bowls. So 5 times 10, the answer is 50 minutes. We said one of the uses of unit rates was to find out what will happen in the future. So check out this example. So Dilliam-2 played in 12 football competitions in 4 weeks. If he continues like this, how many will he play in 6 weeks? So, question. In 4 weeks, the small figure first, he plays 12 competitions, big figure second. So, next part of the question, how many in 1 week? So 12 divided by 4 equals 3 competitions every week. Next question, how many in 6 weeks? So 3 every week for 6 weeks. 6 times 3 equals 18. So we can predict, we can foretell the future that he will play 18 competitions in the next 6 weeks. So that's how you tell the future. Okay, unit rates for time and speed and prices. So here's an example for time. Nodapo is looking for vegetables in the forest. It takes her 30 minutes to find 2 kilos. How long will it take her to find 3 kilos? So the method is exactly the same as before. To find 2 kilos, the small figure, it takes 30 minutes, the big figure. To find 1 kilo, it takes 30 divided by 2 equals 15 minutes. So to find 3 kilos takes 3 times 15 equals 45 minutes. Okay, this is a way to check if you are going fast enough. So, Nobablupo has an order to make 10 Karen shirts for Karen people in the USA. She has to finish them in 4 weeks. How many should she have finished after 3 weeks? So she has 4 weeks, the small figure, to make 10 shirts, the big figure. So in 1 week, she must make 10 divided by 4 equals 2.5 shirts. So after 3 weeks, she should have made 3 times 2.5 equals 7.5 shirts. And that is the answer. Here's an example about prices. So on her birthday, Nosusawa had a party for 7 people, and it cost her 42 baht for drinks and snacks. Next week is her graduation and she wants to have a party for 20 people. How much will it cost? So for 7 people, the small figure, it costs 42 baht. So for one person, it would be 42 divided by 7 equals 6 baht for each person. For her graduation party, there will be 20 people. So 20 times 6 equals 120 baht. That's what it'll cost her for her graduation party. Here's an example about speed. So Billion 2 rides 150 kilometers on his motorbike in 2 hours. If he rides for 3 more hours, how much further will he go? So firstly, be very clear what the question is asking. It doesn't want to know the total distance he will ride. It only wants to know how much further he will go from where he is now. This means the 150 kilometers he has already ridden is not included. So in 2 hours, the small figure, he rides 150 kilometers, the big figure. In 1 hour, he can ride 150 divided by 2 equals 75 kilometers. So in 3 hours, he will ride 3 times 75 equals 225 kilometers. And this is the end, my friend. See you next time.